Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Hey, hello.
Hi, how are you guys? How is it going in
Fine.
Fukuoka?
Uh, Pretty cool.
Is it still cold in
Just
Fukuoka?
a little. I think it will get warm soon.
Okay, yeah. Is it any case in your country what this coronavirus happened already?
Yeah, of course, it's everywhere. It's
Ah,
everywhere now.
okay. Yeah, it's sent to Indonesia. Um, so I guess everyone already joined. So should we start the meeting?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
today I would like to give you some introduction about um, SMA standard design of grid system. Have you heard about SMA before? SMA inverter. Do you guys
No.
know about? So let me share my screen and yeah, wait. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. We can.
So the title of this meeting is Design Microgrid of Grid System with SMA Sunny Design. So SMA is the product of the solar inverter. They have a product of on-grid system, off-grid system, and also they have product on hybrid system. They are, I think, they are the first company that produce or manufacture solar inverter in the solar business. So Sunny Design is the software, online software that they have on when they want to design the microgrid. And yeah, let me go through it. So I would like to give you some information about the SMA Solar. So they are Germany company that already subsidiaries in 18 countries, and they are founded in 1981. Now they have over 33,000 employees. So do you know inverter that happen that in the market right now, like Huawei, Sungrow. So they are learned from SMA. So SMA is the first solar inverter in the solar industry. Many manufacturer like from China learn and adopt technologies from this SMA. So yeah, before like Chinese product come to the market, SMA is one of the biggest solar inverter. But because of Chinese, they offer more cheaper prices, and then you may never hear about SMA going into the market compared to Huawei, Sungrow, and the other Chinese inverter. But technically, SMA inverter is the they have inverter that already operated more than 20 years right now. So if we said about the robust quality, SMA is over that thing because of that the price of this SMA is higher compared to the others, but they offer good quality. Yeah, that you can find information about the SMA on this website. Later I will share to you. On that website, they explain about all their products. They explain about all their manual and even how to set something. So they provide all information about their product. That's one of the advantage. Even they have Sunny Design to help us to design the PV system later. So we will use that Sunny Design later, and I will show to you. But before, I would like to give you some introduction first. So this is SMA multi-cluster technology. Multi-cluster technology. So SMA of grid system, they have uh, many components. First is PV array. PV array, but later you have PV inverter or solar inverter that convert the DC. But you can also use like wind power, also hydroelectric powers. They later you still need the inverter to convert it into the AC power. And then you have diesel generator also, because this microgrid system, usually they are separated to the main grid, right? They are located in the remote area, so there's no grid connected. So we usually produce our power and our grid. This diesel generator, and then you have battery inverter. If you guys heard about battery inverter, this is the main or the brain of grid system, because they can convert from AC to DC, and they can convert from DC to AC, right? This is cluster. Cluster means like one cluster contain three Sunny Island. SMA battery inverter name is Sunny Island. So this is one cluster. One cluster is consists three Sunny Island. So because we will have more than cluster, then we call it multi-cluster, right? And this is the battery that convert from DC later to the AC, and then this is the load, and all of this will connect it to the one box, name it multi-clustered box. So this multi-clustered box is combine all the AC power from the solar inverter, diesel generator, from the battery inverter, and then later they will go to the load. So the idea is when this battery inverter will be produce the grid. Later, during the night, there is when the sun's up and produce a power, this battery inverter will be formed as the grid. So they produce grid like reference, because you know that solar inverter is on grid. They will operate it when they read any grid reference, right? Because we are not connected to the main grid, so battery inverter will be function as a grid during the day. During the day, battery inverter will be function as a grid. But during the night, later when there is no sun, so they will produce as the grid, as the power supply. So during the day, the solar inverter will be power supply, and battery inverter will be as a grid. But later during the night, battery inverter will be function as the grid supply or our power supply. The idea is when during the night, this generator will be automatically turned on when they feel there's no AC power, and there's no power from the solar, and also there's no energy in the battery, because later you have to make sure the energy is enough to power the loads. But later, when maybe during the rainy season you don't have any um, solar resource, and then later you need diesel generator to produce the AC power and then charge the battery. But the flow is when during the night, this power from the AC will be directly first to the load. Like they will directly to the road with the grid forming by battery inverter. Later, when there is excess, because maybe low consumption or the higher production, they will charge the battery. That's the main idea. So the power, it will be directly to the load first, and if they have excess, they will charge to the battery. And if the battery is already full, they will limit the production, so there is no power that will be not used. So this is the main idea of this multi-cluster. Anyone have question or should I continue first? Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Ah,
I have a question.
yeah, sure.
Please go to the previous slide. Like for the converter and the wind power.
Yeah.
Like between the inverter and the the electricity from the wind is AC, right?
Yes.
Does it mean you have like a rectifier before the inverter or not to convert
Yeah,
the AC to DC?
yeah, you have, but
Mm.
I mean, this is already converted from DC to AC later. This is inverter, like solar inverter, they converted DC to AC. Later, in wind, you have to DC converter, right? But these are already converted to the AC.
Don't convert to DC power from
Yeah.
this stage.
Yeah, just need. So later I will show you what is. So there's two type of off-grid system. First is AC couple off-grid system, and second is DC couple. So let me go through first on the AC couple. AC couple is like this. You have PV modules, you have solar inverter, you have battery inverter, you have battery. Then you have the generator, then you have small wind turbine system, and then converted to the AC. And later maybe if you have a grid, you have a grid also. This grid also can be changed with the diesel. But usually if you already have generator, you don't have any grid. But if you don't have generator, you can use a grid. This is option. So if you see that the blue line is DC bus, right? The red line is AC bus. So all the AC is connected into one line that's connected to the multi-cluster box of the SMA. So that's the flow. So that is the scheme of the AC couple, right? They couple all the AC into one line. That's AC couple. And DC couple, they couple just the DC between the PV modules, DC charge controller, and battery. So the couple between the load and output of the DC charge and the battery. So this is DC couple. What SMA offer is AC couple. They don't have any solution for DC couple. They just have AC couple of grid solution. So this is that we will gonna learn the AC couple. And this is hybrid. So sometimes maybe you will have DC and AC couple in the same times, but to hybrid of this one, you still need DC battery inverter, right, to convert it into AC. This maybe the load just DC load, but later when you want to have AC load, you need a battery inverter to convert into the AC and connect all this into one line that we call multi-cluster box, SMA multi-cluster box. So this is what the cluster and multi-cluster means. If you have three-pass system, you will need 3 sunny island, 1, 2, 3. And the sunny island is battery inverter, and in this sunny island consists master, slave 1, and slave 2. What is master means? Master means is you just need to connect this master to communicate all the slaves. So this master will be connected later to the system, and then you just need to set this one, and you can produce 3 pass, because one sunny island is 1 pass, single pass. They just have like 220 volt AC. But if you have a system with 3 pass, then you have to connect these 3, and then master will set of these 3. They will produce 380 volt AC. So yeah, And when you have multi-cluster, then you need multi-cluster box. So if you don't have many, if you just have single cluster, you don't have to use multi-cluster box. But when you have a lot of multi-cluster letter, then you have multi-cluster box to combine all these things. So yeah, this is the idea of the multi-cluster box and cluster. Like this is main, and later when you have more a lot of cluster, then you have later main cluster and extension cluster. So example like government, like government, this is maybe this is the like the president, and later you have like every city have their lead also, but yeah, and each city they also have the leader. So the main later when you have more cluster, the main cluster is the president of the all of this cluster, but each cluster they also have like master. So this is the idea of the master slave. We call it master slave. You get it? Any question about this one? Because later this explanation will be used when we want to design. So if you have an equation about a master and slave things, just raise your voice. If not, we can continue.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
For the two system here, we have single and multi-cluster. But for the modules, these modules that we have, we combine the single modules into each one represent a single phase, and you put them into a master slave combination to produce three phase. Is that so? Whereas for the multi-cluster, each one here is three phase. Is it this, there are two different design of the modules here? This converter, is it the converter or so? This one.
Which one? This one?
This no, the yellow.
This one?
This is the converter, right?
This is battery inverter.
Okay, it's the battery inverter. Yes. So you
inverter.
have two separate designs. One is three phase, and the other one is single phase. So you combine these ones, or they can be the same.
This is single
configuration.
This is mean single cluster, not single pass. Single cluster, which means they just have one cluster. They just have one master. They just have one slave and two slave. This is single cluster, but in the single cluster you have three pass system.
So that's what I'm saying. The inverter here are combined, configured to produce three phase.
Yes, when you want to have a single cluster with three pass, your solar inverter should be three pass also.
Okay. So what's the difference between these inverters here for the single cluster and this one? This special design, or yeah?
Yeah. Later when you have, this is maybe the load is not really big, right? The power you need is not really big, so you just need one cluster. But later when you want to design the big microgrid system, then you need a lot of cluster. Then you need multi-cluster box to combine all the cluster. Okay. So that is the main reason.
Okay. Actually, my question is in terms of the design of the inverters here, for the single cluster and the multi-cluster system, are they the same design or they're different design? When this one here gives single phase output, but this other inverter here gives three phase output.
Yeah, I will explain.
That's the design I'm thinking.
We'll explain later in the slide how to design this, but this is just the idea of the cluster and multi-cluster system.
Okay.
Yeah. Like this is we start off designing, right? We start designing the off-grid system. So first thing that we have to design is the Sunny Island. Sunny Island is the yellow one, right? This is the battery inverter. This is the brain of the off-grid system, because they can control the AC power of the inverter. They can control the digital generator. They can control also the load, because they are the brain, the main brain of this system. This is just, they just combine, and inside here there are a contactor, but this contactor will be function after get command for this battery inverter. So this is the brain of the system. So first thing, we have to design the Sunny Island first. So Sunny Island, let me show you the data sheet. Can you see my screen? No? Oh, the data sheet.
Yeah.
Wait. So this is the data sheet of the Sunny Island. They have three types of Sunny Island: 4.4, 6.0, and 8.8. This is means the power of the AC that produced in one Sunny Island. So one Sunny Island, they produce, you can choose 4.4 kilowatt, 6 kilowatt, or 8 kilowatt. So this is, and this is the data sheet. Sunny Island 4.4, they have rated power 3.3, but when they 30 minutes, they have like 4.4. This information will be used later when we want to decide how many Sunny Island that we want to use. So let me back to my first slide. Wait, okay. Okay. Can you see my slide? So determining the Sunny Island, you have to know first the maximum power of the load. So later, when you want to collect the load profile data, you need energy, right, kilowatt hours, and also you will need the Pmax, maximum power, maybe during the day or during the night. What is the maximum power? And then later you will need, and then later this information, power of the Sunny Island for 30 minutes. So later, when you have the Pmax, then you divide it with the P30 that you can see on the data sheet. Then you can know how many Sunny Island that you need. Later, I will show you the Excel that I already prepared with Tamo for our Najra project. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention to you, all information that I use on this slide, actually I got it from, wait. This one. So I will share to you also the folder. So this is design of the system by SMA. I use this document and I just pick what is the important part. And later when you want to see the detail, you can also check this. But later all information that I use on my slide, I use this slide. Okay. Let me back to my slide. Okay, so like you see that there are three types of the Sunny Island. One is Sunny Island 4.4. Rated power is 3.3 kilowatt. But when they're first starting, so you know that when inverter is first start, they for 30 minutes they can produce 4.4 kilowatt. So this is after 30 minutes, but in 30 minutes they can produce 4.4 kilowatt. So meaning, yeah, the P max is the maximum power of the load profile letter, and you divide it with the P30, then you know how many sunny island that you will need. So this is if you have 6 sunny. So multi-cluster box, there are 3 types. First is 6, second is 12, and a third is 36. This means number of sunny island. So later, when you already divide your P max with the P30 of sunny island, you get a number 6, then you just need a multi-cluster box 6. But later when you have like 12, you need 12, and if you need 36, you need 36. Later, even when you just need 9, because this is just for 6, you still need 12 multi-cluster box, right? Because this is means not maximum. If you more than that, you choose the other multi-cluster box. Even you just need 9, or you just need 9 multi-cluster. Okay. You see that one cluster consists 3 sunny island. So that's why for this type of multi-cluster box, they just have 2 cluster, right? Because 6 divided by 3, you just have 2 cluster. One multi-cluster box 12, the maximum is 12 sunny island. Then divided by 3, you have 4 cluster, and 36, you have 12 cluster. Yeah, this is how do you determine the sunny island and multi-cluster box. And we continue with the battery storage, battery capacity. So when we design the battery storage, the one thing that we have to know is bridging time. Bridging time, you also know autonomous day, but in SMA, they call it bridging time. Bridging time means that how many days your energy of battery can supply the power. Example, you want your battery can supply 1 day of the total consumption, 2 days or 3 days. But remember, when you increase the number of autonomous day, you will increase the battery capacity, and you will increase also the cost. So like our Nigeria project, we know that they have certain budget. And when we want to design 1 day's autonomous days, we will over the budget. So because this is grant from the government, we have to meet with the budget. So we decrease the autonomous days into just half day, right? Just half day, because we have like a limit of the grant. So yeah, if you need, so this this battery capacity is not is not influence with your power sunny island. Sunny island just power the main the peak load, but battery inverter but the battery capacity is the size of the size of the battery. So you can increase the size of battery, but later you just still need same sunny island, right? But on the SMA document, if you have a diesel generator, they recommend you to use 2 days bridging time. So they recommend you your battery can supply the energy consumption for 2 days. One thing that you need also when you want to design a battery storage is energy consumption per year, ENO. And this is average battery efficiency during electrical discharge. They recommend 90% based on the SMA document. And so each sunny island, they have nominal voltage in 48 volt DC, right? They have nominal 48 volt DC. But later when you want to use the battery type, you can use lead acid battery or lithium ion battery. The difference is if you use lead acid batteries, usually you will the voltage of the battery is 12 volt, and then later to reach 48 volt then you have to service the battery. But using the lithium ion battery, the output of the battery is already 48. In this case, we'll show to you how to design the battery using the lithium ion metal, because it's more new technology. It's more reliable also, and also they have because using lead acid battery, the lifetime is just not more than 5 years. But if you are using lithium ion battery, you can use up to 10 years. But the price, lithium ion is more expensive compared to lead acid battery. But some area like maybe in the remote area, there's no access, because lithium ion is very sensitive. Very sensitive. If you bring them in the not proper way, maybe they will broke. But that's why lead acid batteries is maybe option for the area that remote and there's no good access go there. Yeah, you can choose this battery based on the price, based on the requirement, based on the situation, based on location. But in this case, later I will show to you how to design using the lithium ion battery. Okay, this is the calculation. You see that battery capacity is bridging times, and you divided the annual energy consumption with 360 days in a year, and then you will have energy consumption per day, and then you divide it again with the battery efficiency, which is 90%. And there are different with the battery capacity in AHA, right? Battery capacity in AHA, you divided kilowatt hour with the nominal battery voltage, which is 48, and then you will have later the m hour. 1000 is conversion from the kilowatt hour to the watt hour. So yeah, this is. And later is the PV design. PV design, you still need the energy consumption per year that you get from the load profile, and you will need system efficiency based on SMA document. Efficiency for the off-grid system is 0.70%. This is solar fraction. Solar fraction is the amount of energy as per fraction. So later, how many solar fraction that you want to install? Maybe you want to install PV just 50% of the total energy supply, or you want to design 70%, 80%, or 100%. It depends also with the budget. Like Nigeria project, we design like below 100% because also considering the budget. So yeah, that's limitation when you going to the tender. Like they give you separate requirement, and then you have to meet that. But if you produce your system, yeah, I think you will agree, we will design the best, right? We will design today's bridging time. We will design 100% solar fraction, maybe something like that. But if you are working with the tender, something like that, you have to consider also the requirement that given by the owner. So this is solar fraction, and this is specific energy yield. Later you will get this from the solar meteo data, like so PV, like solar GIS, like metronome. Maybe Uli already told you about this. Also, but in this SMA sunny design, they use NASA from America. They use NASA. This is old version, but yeah, they use the NASA solar resource, solar meteo for the for the simulation. And this is the calculation. Energy annual divided with the system efficiency, which is 70%, and solar fraction divided by energy PV, something like that. And then you will get later how many the kilowatt peak. And the diesel generator is should be approximately 80% to 100% of the nominal of power of the battery inverter. Battery inverter is an Allen. So example, you have 100 kilowatt battery inverter, then your range of the generator is 80 kilowatt, 80 for ampere, or 120 kVA diesel generator. That's the way you design the diesel generator. I will give you some example from SMA about how to calculate this one. But if you have any question, just raise your voice first. So in this SMA document, they give you example how to design the first step. You have to determining the number. Oh, they give you example. Energy requirement of electrical load is for 5,500 kilowatt hour per year, and maximum power needed per day is 5 kilowatt, and they require bridging time 2 days, right? And they just need single pass. So that information from them. They just need 4,500 kilowatt hour per year. They just need maximum power 5 kilowatt. They need bridging times 2 days, and they just need single pass. This is information that usually comes when you want to design. And what we should do is we should know how many Sunny Allen inverter to be installed first, and we should know what is the battery capacity, and we should know which PV inverter to be installed and how many, and what is nominal power of generator. So this is the main idea. You have to know the Sunny Island for the battery inverter. You have to know the battery capacity. You have to know the PV inverter to power to convert the PV array into AC. You have to know also the nominal power of the generator. So first step, determining Sunny Island, right? They have Pmax 5 kilowatt, right? 5 kilowatt. And if you use 4.4 Sunny Island, it's not enough, right? That's why what I told you before, they have 3 types of Sunny Island, right? 4.4, 6, and 8. In this case, they have 5 kilowatt. We cannot use 4.4, and that's why we use 6. Then we got 0.8, and then we know we just need 1 Sunny Island. All right, just needs 1 Sunny Island. With 1 Sunny Island, you don't need cluster or multi-cluster because you just single phase. Later I will show you how to design with the 3 phase. So just need 1 Sunny Island. 6 point. Yeah. Yeah, you have a question?
So far, no.
Okay. So step 2 is we have to know determining the battery capacity. So the battery capacity, you know that the bridging time is 2 days, right? The bridging time is 2 days, and the energy consumption per year is 4,500 kilowatt hour, and the battery efficiency is 90%. And then you calculate this formula, and then you got 27.4 kilowatt hour. And this is the energy, right? The energy is not determine you if you using a lithium ion battery. They will tell you the energy kilowatt hour, but if you are using lead acid, they will tell you ampere hour. That's why they give you 2 options. They give you using kilowatt hour. This is for lithium ion battery. This is battery capacity AHA, because if you are using lead acid. Example, I choose my lithium ion battery is alpha ESS. Alpha SS, you know that like see they have 5-year product warranty, but they also have 10 years performance warranty. And each battery, its module, this is modular, you can add later. Each module they have 5.4 kilowatt hour. This is the energy because they have DOD 90%, the usable capacity just 4.8 kilowatt hour. But you see that nominal voltage already 48 volt, right? Because right, if you are using lithium ion, they give you kilowatt hour, the energy. But if you are using lead acid, they give you energy, battery capacity. So different battery capacity is ampere hour, energy capacity is kilowatt hour. Let me back to the designing. So you see that if you are using lead acid, you just need 27.4, and then later you divide it with our battery choosing, and then you know that how many battery that we will need. That's the way. Later I will show you the Excel. Using this battery, lead acid battery, it will be like complex because you have to find how many series, how many parallel. But if I just want to give you explanation with the lithium ion battery. So we already know the battery capacity, and now we want to know the PV system, how many kilowatt peak that we will need, right? They mentioned the specific field yield, or based on the solar radiation on the location, is 1,580 kilowatt hour per year per kilowatt peak, right? And the formula is we have to we know the energy consumption. This is energy consumption per year. This is the efficiency of the PV system 70% because of grid. Because if your system is on grid, usually efficiency is 80%. But if you are using off grid, usually recommended by SMA, efficiency is 70%. And this is solar fraction. Solar fraction that they use is 70%. So later when you want to increase to 100, this will be increased also. They just need solar to supply 70% of the total energy. So using this formula, they know that they just need 3.1 kilowatt peak. So yeah, that's why you need the information of the system requirement first, and then you can put all of this data into the formula, and then you know that you just need 3.1. And what is the generator? Because we know that we are using
Sunny Island inverter.
Sunny Island 6, right? Sunny Island 6. 6. This is 6 for 30 minutes, right? This is 6 for 30 minutes. But after 30 minutes, the power is 3 will be
4.4.
4.6. 4.6. So this we'll use it to determine how many this generator. Not the 6, but we use the nominal power of the battery inverter, not the P30. P30 is you know that P30 is
6.
Yeah, 6, but
6 kilowatt.
We just need to use the diesel
nominal power.
You know that Sunny Island power is
nominal
power is 4.6 kilowatt, and that's mean you just need between
so you take 90 to 120% of that.
You need the 3.6 kVA or 5.5 kVA. Yeah, between this one. If you want to use this also, you can use also this one. And that's you've complete your design. You complete your design. And later, when you want to know, when you want to prove this design, later we use SMA Sun design. So remember, SMA Sun design is just a tool. It's a tool for you to simulate. But the idea is you have to know first how to design it manual.
Yeah.
You have to know how to design manual. And then something like PVCs. PVCs help you to simulate. But the idea of the design you have to know by your own self.
Yeah, before.
Before. That's why later you put all this information into the Sunny Island, then you can know. Then they will prepare you a proper report that you can use to your customer, something like that. So and in this document you can see also the function of the Sunny Island. You can see later by your own self, but this is the frequency shift control. Before I told to you, when example the load is low, right? The load is low, but the power of the PV array is higher than the load, but your battery already full also, so you have excess, and then they will play with the frequency shift control, and then they will decrease the AC power of the inverter. So this is included on the Sunny Island. Sunny Island give command to the solar inverter. Oh, the load is low, our battery is full, but you still have excess. Then you have to decrease. You have to increase your frequency. We have to increase our frequency, and then your load, your power, it will be low. You see that if 50%, 50 hertz frequency, you still need like this one. But if you more than 50, if you for 52, your power will be zero. The AC power percentage will be zero, right? So yeah, that's the function. That's why I told you that Sunny Island is the main brain of the system. So they have frequency shift control inside. Yeah, before we go to the Excel, you have a comment?
I have a question.
Sure.
With the batteries, if let's say you have only 12 volts available, will you connect them in series, or you connect them both series and parallel to get 48 volts?
Yeah.
What will you do? Let's say if you have only 12 volts batteries available.
Yeah, then you have to need to make it series, right? To make it series into 4 series.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sunny Island, they cannot operate it if the voltage is below 48. If you have 12 volt, then you have to series the battery into 4, and then you get 48. For the string, you just divide it with the how many ampere hours that you need. Divided kilowatt hour, divided for the times divided 1000, you know that watt hour, and then you divide it again 48, and you get the ampere hour, and then you divide it of the battery that you use. Maybe you use 12 volt with 1000 amp hour, and then you divided the amp hour with the capacity of the battery. Then you know that how many battery that you know, that you will, how many string of parallel that you will need, and then you times with the series, and then you get the total of battery. It's more complicated, but yeah, it should be easy. Should be easy. I start with the lithium ion battery because they already produce kilowatt hour, and they produce 48 volt DC. So we just need to divide it, and we know that how many battery inverter that we how many battery that we need.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I will show you first my Excel that I created with Tamo, and later we will try to simulate into the Sunny Island. Sunny Design. Sunny Design. This is our project in Nigeria. Nigeria, we have 5 locations. One location that's still on progress right now is OCIV, creating by Tamo. We have still 4 locations. Alamoja is one of them. And this is the Excel that we created. All the formula on this Excel is based on the PDF document by SMA. You see that first thing that you have to know is load profile, right? Load profile, we know the jump is mandatory, time, should be time. Is it Indonesia? In Indonesia, it's called it jump. Time, you know, until 24, and you know the load. Later, when you have the detail, you can also use also, but this is the total, like only total of the component maybe. And this load later we will sum of all of them, and we got the kilowatt hour, right? We get kilowatt hour. Yep. And then peak load, we choose what is the big from 1 until 24. What is the peak load? The peak load will be used for determining the solar inverter or battery inverter. Sorry. Okay. Peak load, we will use it for determining battery inverter. So this is over supply demand. We want we don't need from the Olomoja project, we don't have the detail, but they give us this one, total consumption energy and also peak load. They give us, you know, that yellow change value. So later when you want to use the Excel, you just need to change the yellow one, because this one already formula. This is formula. You just need to change this one later. And when you want to change the energy consumption, you can change it. And if you want to change the peak load, also can change. So this is energy requirement average. You know that we get formula, right? Formula is this one divided 365, and we get per day. That's we found before on the formula, the document, right? And the peak load also already directly connected with this one. So just need to change this one, and this connected. It will be changed also. This is autonomous day or bridging time. This is what we should determine also. You see that if I increase this into 2, sorry. No. This one, system voltage, energy capacity needed, right? Because I put it in 1 day, we just need 1. But if I put 2, they will increase also, right? Yeah. So that's why you just need to change the yellow one. Considering this, you have many considering. You have to maybe the requirement, maybe the price also. There's this. You feel you can free to design or to decide how many autonomous days you want based on the requirement. Right? That's determined by the engineer or designer. I using 1 day. This one is a small fraction. So I using 80% of solar fraction. Later when I use this Excel, I will play also with the Sunny Design. So I check if too big the solar, then I decrease into 70 maybe, or the 50. So later we can parallel combine with the Sunny Design when we play with this Excel. So we know solar fraction in this project information, and now we have to determine the number of sunny island, right? Sunny island determining like this one, because the peak load is 100. I choose the big one. The big one is 8 kilowatt, right? And they have nominal power 6 kilowatt, and then this is formula. divided 700 divided by 8, and then I get my 13. But 13, you know that each cluster have 3, right? 3 sunny island. If we are using 13, then we leave 1 sunny island with no cluster. So that's why sunny island needed. I add 2, so I get 5, 15. 15 divided by 3, I have 5 cluster. That's why this is formula. This is we have to make it cluster, and then divided by 3, we can get 5 cluster. So this system we have 5 cluster. It's not it's okay if like that, because yeah, 13 we leave 1 inverter with no friend, right? So we have to give them friend, so they become cluster. And then we determining battery capacity. This is already 48. Later, when you want to use the lead acid, you can change to 12. But we have to edit also the table information, because the table I'm using for lead acid battery, lithium ion battery. Battery capacity, I'm using 5.4 kilowatt hour per module. They have up discharge 90%, and they also have battery efficiency of 90%. So yeah, this is you can change later based on the battery that you use. So system voltage is 48. This is already formulated based on this one, right? Based on this one. And yes, this is 8. I put it in red because we don't need it, right? But if you want to use lead acid later, then you have to use this formula, right, to know the amp hour that you need. Okay, this is the battery configuration. So we know that we don't need any series because we already 48 volt. That's why I put it 1. All right, 48 divided 48, I get what? I get 1. And energy per cabinet. So I'm using this battery. Let me show you datasheet again. I'm using this. I'm using this lithium ion battery, right? They are module 6, but when you want to make in cabinet, you also have to make it cabinet like this one. So they parallel into 6, right? Into 6, you can choose. I'm using this 6 cabinet. So one cabinet consists 6 lithium ion. So the configuration will be like this. They parallel the battery. So that's why in my Excel mentioned that one cabinet is 6 battery. One cabinet is 6 battery, and then I'm times 6, and then I get 32.4 kilowatt. And I want to know how many string or how many cabinet that I want to use. So yeah, it already formulated. And then yeah, my total, later you can check the formula. I will share you. And this is total battery that you need. Right? And then this is divided by 8, because this information will be used later when we want to use SMI Sunny design. This is the battery capacity, the formula, you can check later, you can double check again. And next we have to determine the PV system, right? PV system, we know that annual energy load, right? This is come from this one. So we times the energy load per day, we times with the solar fraction, we times again with 165, we got this 1 kilowatt hour per year. This is per year. And efficiency system is 70. You can change later based on your assumption. And this is annual irradiation based on the Sunny design. So I get this information from Sunny design. So they have the annual irradiance is 1647 kilowatt hour per meter square. And then I get total capacity based on formula by SMA is 200 kilowatt, right? 200 kilowatt. And then I using 340 watt peak per module. And then I need 590. But because I have a problem with the series in parallel, because I want to make it all the series is 20, that's why I use this one, 600. I make it 600 so I can divide it by 20 series, and then I get perfect configuration. And then now my system is this one, right? But this is up to you guys, up to you later when you want to make assumption of this one. Because I think that if I use this number, I will have difficult to make the configuration. That's why I make it 600. So I just need to divide it by 20. I get the 20 series, and I get perfect string. So this is my capacity right now. So this is the DC generator. You know that our nominal power, right? We use nominal power of Sunny Island times 15, and we got the 890 kilowatt nominal power. I should change this to nominal power. Nominal power of Sunny Island, of the SI Sunny Island. So I can choose between 72 kVA or 108 kVA. Then we done. And then all this information we put into Sunny Design, and then we can simulate all of this. Any one question, or should we go directly to the Sunny Island? Sunny Design. So I will share you later this one, and we can double check. So we move to the Sunny Design. I will show you my screen. We move to Sunny Design. This one. Okay, this Sunny Design. We can check later sunnydesign.web.com, and you will see the login. First, you can use my login, Fidel Castro, and the password I will share you later. And then we log in. And we will go to the Sunny Design. This is online software. You don't need to install on your PC. You just need to open it on the web browser, right? This is already created by the intern before you guys, like Tawakal and others. And yeah, I will show you from the very beginning so you understand. So this is the home, and you can choose the PV system with self-consumption. You can choose PV system with self-consumption, off-grid system, or PV hybrid system. Because we are off-grid system, then we choose this one. We choose the off-grid system, right? Just click it, off-grid system, and then you make it like test, right? Project name is test, and you determine the region. You can choose maybe Nigeria. Yeah, you can use this one, and use electrical connection. What is the connection? Yeah, I will use this one. Yeah, single pass. And if you want to create your own location, you can also, but it will be complicated. But you can check it later. You can import it methodology later. But if you want to using from the SMA, you can choose the nearest, because they give you the country, they give you the city. So if they don't have exact, maybe you can choose the near one. Okay. We're done with this, and then we go next. Define the load profile. Define the load profile. And to define the load profile, you have two ways. You want to use your own load profile. We just use this one, or change this one. You can change it, or you make your own load profile, right? Make your own load profile. You can import it, the CFC file for 365 days maybe, and you how many interval that you have, you can choose it. In this case, we just choose directly, right? What the number that already given. The number that we use is 300. This number that we use, and profile information. Okay. Oh, wait. Edit load profile. Okay, let edit load profile. And consumption. Okay. Save load profile. And they want you to specify what is the peak load. Remember, our peak load is 1,000 yard and 100 kilowatt. We choose 100, then we done. This is our energy consumption per year. This is our peak load, and then we configuration the system. Configuration the system, and this is the PV array. So I'm using 300, right? 340 modules. So I'm choosing 340. You can choose the manufacturer. Yeah. For this example, I'm using Trina Solar with 350 watt peak. So I just choose one, and then I click OK. And then I need to know the number of the module, right? My modules, number of modules is, sorry, 600, yeah, sorry, yes. 600, just need to change 600, and then I get my capacity, right? This is kilowatt peak, already correct, and then I OK. And then you have to determine the orientation, like maybe I will put it on the ground, and I want to make it into azimuth, into facing north, and the angle I want to make it into 10, right? I'm not using tracker. If you are using tracker, you can check this one, but not, just leave it like this one. If you want to install a roof, you can also check the roof, but for this type, I want to use ground mount. Then I OK. And then I have to design my inverter, right? You can use system assistant, or you can use manual design. For this one, I want to use manual, or I will show you how to use the design suggestion, right? Balance, and then you OK. And then they will give you what is the best from them. Right? We can choose this one. You can use this one. Then they told you that you need more inverter with 50 kilowatt. Then I can choose this one, and then I can adopt the design. Adopt the design. Yeah, I can adopt the design, and then I want to make it this is the detailed information. Because I told you before that I will need 20. Yeah, we just follow this one, right? But if you want to design by your own, you can also. But yeah, just leave it like this one. Because this is just introduction. Because later you can play with the number. Okay, we have 4, and then they told us our performance ratio is 45.8. This is information. If you're done with this, and then we go to the battery system configuration. So battery system configuration. So you know that if you need multi-cluster, you check this multi-cluster. Because our battery inverter is 15, we cannot use 12, right? So that's why I choose 36. It's bigger, but that's what we need, because our Sunny Island mentioned us we need 13 Sunny Island, 15 Sunny Island, because 12 we cannot use it. Then we choose 36 Sunny Island multi-cluster box, and then the device you choose 8, right? We're using Sunny Island 8 times 3 for each cluster. And the battery capacity. You remember this one? Oh, you know that we have how many cluster? We have 5 cluster, right? We add it into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Now they still give you some warning, but later we can fix it. We have 5 cluster, and this one we change based on this one. Like, let me show like that. Excel, like this one. I divided total energy that we use. Oh yeah, with the number of the cluster, and each cluster we need 59. So each cluster we need 259.2 kilowatt. Then we back to the Sunny design. This one. Change. We use lithium ion, right? We use lithium ion. The capacity of each cluster is 259. And then I'm using 90% of the DOD of the battery. I'm using 90% of the battery efficiency. This is best what we use on the Excel, right? Okay, then we change all the batteries. Check it, this one, and they will change all. So you don't need to check one by one. Just need check one, and then we know, right? We're done with this, and we have to set our generator. So this is the final. They still give us some warning, because we still don't determine our genset. Then we determine our genset generation. And then we choose our genset. Remember, our genset is between
70.
Yeah, 72, right? 72. We can use 80 maybe. Maybe we can use about 80%, 80 kilowatt. You know, because every diesel generator usually they have 80%. This is the active power that we have. Okay. Yeah. If you want to add changes, up to you. But I will leave it like this one. I click OK. They give us our error. So this is maybe they said, you see there, the ratio nominal AC power inverter and storage, it's greater do. So we have to decrease maybe our inverter. We have to decrease our inverter. That's why I told you before, we have to parallel using a play with this one. Maybe we can downsize our PV system.
Yeah.
Can downsize our PV system. Maybe we can make it into maybe let's try 500 maybe modules. And okay, we also play again with design suggestion. And okay, this is the fastest way. If you want to go to detail, it's up to you. Just want to use this one. I might adopt a design. And then, yeah, right. It's already 1.67. Before is 2.22. Okay. We still have another warning, but let's see. The system, battery system. Off-grid cannot compensate load power needed in expected case. Power reserve. Yeah, because maybe we have to change again the load. Yeah.
Must be covered. Yeah.
Yeah, you can play later, and I will want to show you because we still can simulate with this one. But later you can play with yourself because this is online web browser, but you can open it. All of you can open it at the same time. You don't have to wait finish the design. You can open it directly. Use my email, my password, and then you can play with this one at the same time. So maybe we go back to this generator, like point sizing. This is wiring. You can also play with this one, right? This is line DC cable. This is line this one, and this is line this one. Later you can change this by using. Maybe we can use this one and how many distance from the array to the inverter. Then you can change later maybe this one. Change the oil cable. Yeah, you can play with this. As long as they still give you like this one, the green, it's still okay. Later when they already red, maybe you have to increase your size. And then you analyze the power energy system. And they will give you solar fraction, something like this. And next step is still error, but you can fix. You can figure out by yourself and you give overview. And then later you can go to project documentation. This is overview of the system, right? This is all the information of the system that we used before. And we project documentation. And we can download this one. So you can download this information later when you want to give to your client or your boss. And this is all the information of our design. So remember that this just tools for us to design, right? To recheck our design, but you have to have ability to design by your own self first, and then you prove it your design on the like this one. Maybe I think maybe I already create my Excel, but I have to prove my right. I have to prove my design to the Sunny design, and then I get like this one. So we have to adjust until we get. Should be there's no error, right? You have to make sure your design there's no error, and then you can know. And this is the main idea, right? They will tell you how many liter that will you, how this is annual solar fraction. This is they told you energy consumption, maximum PV, something like that. They told you annual full consumption also. You will need 35,000 liter diesel generator. Yeah, maybe because your solar fraction is lower. Because if you are want to increase your solar fraction into 100, your annual fuel consumption will be
decreased.
But like I say to you, it's depend on the requirement of the project, right? So you're done, and then you can download it and save it. Yeah. I think that's all for me. If you have any question, I will share all of this information into. I will share you I will send you guys email and explain to you where all the information that we shared. Yeah.